Potatoes are the unsung heroes of the kitchen. They're cheap, versatile, and beloved in cuisines worldwide. But what if I told you that your potato game is about to level up with one simple trick? Freezing them. Yes, you heard that right. Freezing potatoes isn't just for supermarkets. It's a kitchen hack that can revolutionize how you prep, cook, and even think about food. So, buckle up, because we're about to peel back the layers of why freezing potatoes is the ultimate time saver and food saver, and why most people are doing it all wrong. Let's start with the big question. Why freeze potatoes? Potatoes are notorious for their limited shelf life. Leave them too long, and they'll sprout, wrinkle, or turn green, a sign of toxic solanine, which you definitely don't want in your next meal. Freezing solves this problem by preserving their quality for months. But here's the catch. You can't just toss raw potatoes into the freezer and hope for the best. Do that, and you'll end up with a watery, mushy mess that no amount of frying or seasoning can fix. The secret lies in preparation, and once you master it, you'll never look at a sack of potatoes the same way again. The science of freezing potatoes. Potatoes are about 80% water, which means they're prone to texture loss when frozen raw. Freezing causes water inside the cells to expand and rupture, leaving you with a grainy, unpleasant result. But blanching, briefly boiling potatoes and then shocking them in ice water halts the enzymes that cause discoloration and softening. It's like giving your potatoes a little spa day before their big freeze. Studies from food preservation journals show that blanching can retain up to 85% of a potato's original texture and flavor, making them nearly as good as fresh when cooked. The benefits of freezing potatoes. Freezing isn't just about convenience, it's about smarter cooking. Imagine having perfectly cut fries, ready-to-go hash browns, or creamy mashed potatoes prepped and waiting for you. No peeling, chopping, or boiling when you're already pressed for time. According to a survey by a major meal kit service, 67% of home cooks say prepped ingredients make them more likely to cook from scratch. That's because freezing potatoes doesn't just save time, it removes the mental hurdle of starting from zero. There's also a financial benefit. The average American household throws away nearly 30% of the food they buy, and potatoes are often the first to go because of their short shelf life. By freezing potatoes, you're cutting down on waste and stretching your grocery budget further. A pound of frozen fries at the store costs around $2.50. But if you prep and freeze them yourself, it's often less than half that cost. How to freeze potatoes the right way. Want perfect frozen potatoes? Start by choosing the right type. Waxy potatoes like red or Yukon Gold are best for boiling, mashing, or scalloping because they hold their shape well. Starchy varieties like russets are your go-to for crispy fries or fluffy baked potatoes. For sweet potatoes, you can freeze them roasted, mashed, or even in chunks for soups and stews. The process is simple but precise. Wash, peel, and cut your potatoes into the desired shape: fries, wedges, cubes, or slices. Blanch them in boiling water for 3-5 minutes, depending on the size. Then immediately plunge them into an ice bath to stop the cooking process. Once cooled, dry them thoroughly to prevent ice crystals from forming. Finally, lay them out on a baking sheet to freeze individually before transferring them to an airtight container or freezer bag. This method prevents clumping, so you can grab only what you need later. Common mistakes to avoid. Even seasoned cooks can get it wrong. One common mistake is skipping the blanching step, which leads to discoloration and a mealy texture. Another is storing potatoes in thin plastic bags that aren't airtight. Air exposure causes freezer burn, leaving your potatoes dry and unappetizing. And let's not forget about overpacking your freezer. Crowded freezers slow down the freezing process, resulting in larger ice crystals that damage food quality. How freezing potatoes fits into meal prep. Freezing potatoes isn't just practical, it's transformative. Meal preppers swear by it because it allows them to batch cook and plan ahead. Let's say you're making shepherd's pie or potato soup. Having frozen mashed or diced potatoes cuts prep time in half. It's also a lifesaver for families. Picture this: it's a busy school night, and dinner needs to be on the table in 20 minutes. With frozen potato wedges or hash browns on hand, you've got a quick, homemade side dish with zero stress. Debunking myths about frozen potatoes. Some people claim frozen potatoes taste bland or lose their nutritional value. Not true. According to research from the Food Science Institute, frozen potatoes retain nearly all their vitamins and minerals, especially when blanched before freezing. The key is proper,